Hello, everyone. Hope you're having a blessed Friday so far. Hope God has woken you up this morning and started you on your way. I want to talk about something that sometimes we overlook. It's positive and the negative, and I'm referring to people. Why would we build our spiritual house, two-story spiritual house of positivity and positive vibe and positive people, only to come let one negative person with their bulldozer of negativity and tear your house down? God is about peace, and God is about addition and multiplication. He's about building, constructive building. We need to surround ourselves with people who are positive. They know that they want to be around you. They positively know that they love God like you do. They positively know how to be nice. They positively know how to love their neighbor as they love themselves. That's positive. God brings positive people in your life to propel you to your destiny. There's no other reason. No other reason. He can do that by himself. But when he brings positive people in our lives, it's to propel us to where we need to be. Look at David and Jonathan. David and Jonathan were best of friends. People say they were overly loving each other. Jonathan was the son of King Saul at the time. He was the one that was going to take the throne if something happened to Saul. But Jonathan knew that when his daddy Saul wanted to kill David, and David was in the wilderness, and no one could find David in the wilderness because God had him protected. What did God do? He sent Jonathan. Now, nobody, all of King Saul's army could not find David. But when the Lord told Jonathan to go to David, he found David with no problem. And this is what he said when he saw David. He said, "Look, I know that you are the next king of Israel." What? He is in line. He is the prince. His daddy is already the king. When your daddy dies, the son takes over. But he said this: I know you're going to be the next king of Israel, and there's nothing I can do about it or my daddy. Then he took off his kingship robe and put it on David. Positive. I positively know who you are and who sent you, David, and I positively will follow you. And he loved David until his death. If you got people in your life that are not propelling you positively to where you need to be in God, you need to let them go. And I said it, you need to let them go. Positive and negative is never going to work together. It's like oil and vinegar. It is not peanut butter and jelly. It's not salt and pepper. It's oil and water. It will not work. You can't be a positive influence to people when you got around you nothing but negative. Because guess what? Birds of a feather flock together. And people will think you one of them when you're not. It's like turning around every day, going on Fridays to the liquor store to cash your check, and that's pretty much probably what you're doing. But every time somebody drive by from the church and see you, they're going to treat you like Kirk Franklin. They're going to think, oh, they in there getting some liquor. And all you doing is cashing your money from a hard week of work. And that's another thing. We turn it around, and the minute somebody do something from the church, we ready to attack. We ready to judge. We know better than them when we want to put a rope around our people's neck and want to hang them. It's shameful. We act like nobody do nothing. He the only one that slips. make mistakes, falls? No. But what you need to do is this. Don't let God come down from his throne with all the tapes and videos of you and me. Don't let God do that, because a lot of y'all will be shamed. A lot of y'all will be embarrassed. All that running around with throwing off your shoe, running around the church, passing out, and people got to fan you and stuff. Ain't nobody perfect here. We all sin and come short of the glory of God. All of us. Don't let God get his videotape and camera and show you. Then we will want forgiveness. Have mercy. Have compassion. Listen. Positive and negative. You have to decide. You have to decipher what's good for your spirit and what's not good for your spirit. What's good for your spirit is positive things, where at any day of the week, you could say, I can do all things through Christ that strengtheneth me, and you be right. Negative people is not going to tell you can do all things through Christ that strengthens you. They're going to say, girl, I don't know about that. They're going to say, man, bro, I don't know. See, that's negative. You can't work with that. So you decide, is everybody in my life that's attached themselves to me, are they positive or are they negative? Listen, let me tell you this. There's all types of tool in the toolbox. When you open the toolbox, everything ain't the same tool. You don't have a toolbox full of all hammers or all nails or all wrenches. It's a toolbox. It's supposed to have a variety of tools. It doesn't matter which tool it is or who you are in the toolbox. You just need to be in the toolbox, in the shed. A hammer can unscrew a screw. Don't even try it. Ain't gonna work. A hammer is for nails or taking out nails. A wrench is for taking care of nuts and bolts. Just make sure whoever you got around you have the availability to be what they need to be as a tool in your life. Positive. If not, they're not for the toolbox. You are the toolbox, and what you put in your toolbox determines how you will get the job accomplished, which is your destiny, building your destiny with the toolbox.